All right, here we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine a few more gentlemen than ladies for a series like this, but regardless, welcome back. Part 3 of the College Football 26 Kentucky rebuild. It's been an interesting first two episodes heading into here episode 3. So, if I can turn my light on. I've been doing streaming, podcasting, whatnot all this time. Sometimes I forget to turn on the little light here. But we got a big video here today, of course, big stream per usual. Number one, just to kind of recap where we've been. As you can see, top left corner, we are 6-1, number 19 in the country. I do not want to quit. Let's get out of there. Just to kind of go over the schedule real quick again. We beat Toledo. Our only loss is to Ole Miss, and of course that's an Ole Miss team now. They're not. I don't think they're number 9 anymore. Can I go back and look at the top 25? I think they're when we clicked off. Okay, they are down to number 9. Okay, well, no, I don't want to quit. Stop doing that. Regardless, we are sitting here at 6-1. Texas was number 1 when we beat them. They're down to number 8. And then we escaped with the win over Tennessee as well. Okay, so now I look at the schedule. We're going to play at Auburn, against Florida, and then, slightly easier into the season. Vandy's not a gimme, and then Louisville's ranked, and we have to play that one on the road. So, we're already bowl eligible. We already have more wins than I think a lot of people think the team will have in real life. Now, last video, I saw where a lot of you, in the comments, and I try to be mindful of the comments. But I remember last time, some people were like, hey, start Cutter. And I was like, okay, let me think about it. And then I put out a poll on Twitter this morning on my account, and I think it was overwhelming, like 70-30 to start Cutter. So when we go to the depth chart, I have moved Zach Calzada down to second string. Cutter Bowley, guys, right there you can see is our starting quarterback, even though Zach Calzada has gotten us to this point. Clearly, we're all on the Bowley train. Okay, I am too when it comes to real life. Also, before we hop into this Auburn game, I do want to say we've done some recruiting. We got this 5-star commit last episode. I don't want to recruit 2 stars. I've keeping this guy on the board because obviously the deal breaker is like, hey, we can't get him. But you look at the commitment, the what do you call it here? The graph, little bar graph, and we are, we're in good position to get him still. So I'm gonna wait on that. We're fighting for some commitments, and then I scouted a bunch of 2 stars just to see if there's any gems. There weren't, so that sucks. I did offer these 2. Of course, we are their top school. That's why I was like, yeah, sure. And then this kid right here, just because we had no quarterbacks in this class yet, and I'm like, oh, maybe we should have the quarterbacks. We do have the number 7 class in the country. That's not just the SEC. That's number 7 class in the country. You see the teams that we are around doing really hot on the recruiting trail, to say the least, but none of that matters until we go out there and win some ball games, right? So let's go ahead and hop into our first game here at Auburn on the road. Of course, they are higher overall. If this is the first one you're hopping into, we do offense only because, once again, no one likes to sit here and watch someone. My experience watching people play this game, it's not really fun just watching them kind of use the Mike linebacker the whole time. It's just not that fun. So, and also for the progression of this series, for the sake of, this series not dragging out until I'm 50 years old, we are going to do offense only. So here we are in the home of the Auburn. I always forget the Auburn Tigers because they do the War Eagle thing. It almost throws me off sometimes. Anyway, we're going to start with some ground and pound action. I made sure the face cam was to where you can see the stadium pulse rank this time. I'm not the most technologically gifted, but I did figure that out. So that's why if you look at the face cam, like, why is he a little bit low? Usually it's in the kind of the corner. Well, so you can see the stadium pulse. Number 17 stadium in the country. Jordan Hare is definitely not the place you want to mess with. Troy Stiletto with a nice reception there to get us first down. That's what you love to see. Now, if you all have been watching, you all know I have a go-to pass play that I like to use when I'm in trouble, but I don't want to spam it too much. So I'm going to try to be mindful of that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to do it once we're here. This vertical's wide shake. Because listen, a lot of times that DB will press on Kendrick Law, and if they're not doing that, then Jamari Macklin can usually get open. And worst case scenario, which is actually the option I'm going to take, we can scramble a little bit. Cutter Boley, try not to get him hurt. 3rd and 1. Here we go. This is always an interesting scenario. See, you go to the coach suggestion, and I actually do like this RPO, so that's what we're going to do right here. All right. See, I like where Kendrick Law's at. I think we can get him in open space. There we go. We got some blockers. We'll take that. That's a nice gain for a first down, Kentucky. You can never be mad at a gain like that. All right, wide zone right here. You know, I personally like the ground game a little bit, so we're going to try to rely on that some today. Had some good blocking, just couldn't really find the holes there. It's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, 6-1 start, man. Like, this has been a really fast start to the series. Of course, Dante Dowdell banged up and ripped. Didn't mean to click that. That's really unfortunate because I had a heck of a gain. You all will come to find now. The way I'm streaming this, there's almost a little delay in the game. So, come on, man. So, that'll also explain why I'm probably going to shank this field goal. There's a shot. No, there's not. Okay. It's hard. I tried to get the distance, and I did it too long. I feel like this game is a bit overdramatic with, like, the missed kicks, though, because, like, I was trying to kick it far. I don't feel like I messed up that bad, and it's, like, the worst kick ever. Like, I mean, come on. You know what I mean? So, the defense still holding strong. Our defense has been phenomenal this whole series. All right, we're going to go ahead and immediately try to hit this crossing route, at least one of them. Kendrick Law, of course, being the ideal one. Don't know if we'll get that, but Jamari Macklin is. What is that throw, Cutter? Cutter! I didn't even ask that much out of you. I asked you to hit a little crossing route. Okay, look, guys, if Cutter ends up selling us, listen, I like volleyball and I love Cutter as much as anybody. But in this game, if he starts selling us, I will have to go back to Zach Calzada. Because we've had such a great first year of this rebuild. We can't just let it all go down to crap because we're all selfish and we want to see Cutter play. Okay. 1st and 10. Like to see that. I'm gonna hit him with the fake zone jet. You know, it's one of those things like it never fails. You can always just kind of bet. Well, not really. I say that, but I think last video, I actually got stuffed running this. Even then, excuse me, still not the best game in the world. All right. I'm going to try to spread them out here with the receivers a little bit. See if we can run it up the middle here with Seth McGowan. Let's see here. No. There we go. Getting the camera mic situation fixed up. There we go. Decent gain. All right, we're doing okay. 3rd and 2. Now, I usually feel pretty good about a game like this, but I'm actually super nervous. I feel like normally at this 4th and we're going for it. We're at midfield. Yeah, we're going for it. I like my guys. Let's see here. I bet we might even. I just want to go inside. Here, let's go with the power run. There we go. All right, duo. I like to sit here and think that, okay, I'm good enough at this game. I can go get this kind of win. And then I get in here and I'm like, oh boy, like the stadium pulse and everything, the missed field goal, the stupid dive that I did with Dowdell because I can't click buttons correctly. Let's see if we can draw them off sides. Doesn't look like it. That's unfortunate. Still going for it. And that's why you do, because we got a first down, slowly getting towards enemy territory. We're not quite there yet. Still on our own 46-yard line. I really like our old line when it comes to run blocking for the most part. And then there's times they do that, and Josh Kaddish just stands there and looks like a moron. So then you get things like that. And we're sitting here into the first quarter tied 0 apiece, a defensive stalemate down here at Auburn. Of course, there's that's, it's not even a good looking tiger. It's an ugly tiger. Speaking of ugly, the stat sheet is ugly. We are dominating the time of possession, though, so I do love to see that. But we got to kick it into gear, because this is a tough Auburn team. Right? They're higher overall, higher rated, ranked. So we're gonna come ready to play. All right, here we go. Bust one. There we go. All right, sweet. 3rd and 5. I'll definitely take that at this point in the field. I don't always go with the coach suggestions. Most of the time, you'll actually see me in my favorite plays. But I wonder if Jamari's. Nope. I do like that route right there, though. That was just not a great throw, Cutter. I already went for it before. I'm going to have to go with reliable, see if we can get a first down right here. But this is definitely no gimme game. After beating Texas, we could certainly end up dropping this one. Just like Jamari Macklin, ball hits him in both of his hands. He still drops it, so that sucks. I'm going to try to run this again, because if I can't get this play going, we truly have nothing. And again, shout out to the defense holding us in again. I don't love that throw. I just wanted to get rid of it. I'm glad it fell to the ground. All right, I'm trying to think of ways I can kind of, catch this Auburn defense off guard, right? Now, if I don't dive here like a jackass, we might be okay. But instead, Jagger's not going to block, so it doesn't really matter anyway. I have the all go set up. I don't love this, but I've already clicked on it. And with that Stadium Pulse, I don't think I'm really going to be able to audible. And it doesn't matter because I can't throw the ball away. Come on, man. And that's the thing. I was trying to throw the stupid ball away, and it wouldn't even let me do that. So the Cutter Boley era is not off to a great start. And he might take this to the crib. All right, thank goodness. Auburn's definitely about to get on the board right here. Touchdown Auburn. Defense has been so good. You can't expect them to just sit here and carry you, the entire time. At some point, you have to be able to produce. So I already love this Kendrick Law route, especially with how fast he is. And that's why, because I didn't see that Auburn defender there in the shadows, but it's okay. We're doing all right. Going to run this counter play. And we have 1:48 till the half, down by 7. Dante Dowdell fighting, not going to get the first down. That sucks. We're going to go with speed option here. Now, of course, there's the very infamous Ole Miss play. But ever since then, it's kind of worked out really well. So I pitched that way too early, and we got stuffed again. And I feel like, where we are on the field, the time of the game, I feel like we kind of have to punt. Maybe we can, get a quick stop and do something right here, but I just don't know. I'm not feeling confident right now. All right, okay, we did the thing. We kind of did the thing that I wanted to do. The field position flipping wasn't great, but that's okay. Yeah, we're not even necessarily in the greatest position, but that's all right. We just got to try to get a first down, 2nd and inches, so I have to blow my timeout. That really sucks. I guess I could have clocked it, but now we're trying to fight to get really just in field goal range. With no timeouts, 24 seconds. It's certainly going to be tough. I got to scramble out here. A lot of open lane in the middle. This will really help us try to get the field goal range. We got to hurry up, get up here. Is there a way I can clock it when I get up here? No, stop it. I don't think so. I accidentally clicked the wrong button. Well, mother of God. Get rid of the football. I try to get out of bounds. Why does he keep fall? What am I hitting? We're going into halftime like that because what am I hitting? My controller, it's like I'm throwing the ball and it's doing the dive when I don't want it to. There's clearly a function in my controller that I'm not doing correctly. Like I said, I'm not this bad at the game. I play this game on my own time. To a degree. You know, I'm not on here 24/7, but I play this game like I have some other dynasties I've done. That was a horrible kickoff. But for some reason, I can't seem to figure out when it comes to passing the ball to Dowdell out of the backfield. All right. So, I mean, we weren't going to score there anyway, so I'm not even that mad. But I got to figure that out because I can't just keep diving with Dante Dowdell when he has running room. All right. We are here at our own territory. Boley almost gets sacked. Instead, gets it out to Macklin. 52 yards on the day. Whew. Getting nervous. We're down by 7. I'm getting nervous again. I can feel it. All right, Dante Dowdell. Going to give him the ball here. Like I said, I like our run blocking for the most part, but we're almost in a position where it's like, all right, man, let's start the, throw the rock a little bit. Let's start to, kind of spread the ball around. I mean, 52 yards isn't the greatest in the world, but then again, our running backs are kind of keeping us going. And I really don't want to just abandon the run game after it's done me so well. So that's why we're going to have Caddis come inside, block him. Great block by Caddis right there. Help us get that first down. That's what I'm talking about. For the love of God, I'm going to run this flip screen. I better not dive on the ground. I better not do something stupid right here. All right, I didn't do it. All right, there we go. Just take your hands off the controller, Phoenix, after you click the button. It's that simple. All right, we're going to run another screen. You know why? Because that one worked out. All right, so he's R1. Don't click something stupid. There we go. All right, see? Just take your hands off the controller instead of trying to juke or do anything. All right, we got 2nd and 3. Back-to-back screens. So I feel like we may be able to gash him up the middle right here. Let's just go with this inside zone. Let's keep it pretty simple. All right. On their 16-yard line, 2nd and 3. I feel pretty good. Let's push it in there. Or not push it in there, but at least pass it. Push it past the yard marker. There we go. 15 rushes, 54 yards. Dante Dowdell is certainly having a better day than Cutter Boley if you just kind of look at the counting stats, even though they're not really the same position at all comparatively. I don't love this throw, but I'm going to do it anyway. Whew. I kind of was sold on doing that regardless. And it almost cost us. I don't love this Troy Stiletto situation. So I'm going to try to throw it to Kendrick Law on the option, but it didn't work out. So now it's 3rd and goal at the 14. I'm going to try to hit Troy Stiletto. Auburn's defense is playing electric, and that's 4th and goal. So I get to try to kick it again. And again, Stadium Pulse 17. I'm just naturally bad at the game. I almost messed it up again, but there we go. We are on the board 7-3. Kentucky down by 4 here late in the 3rd quarter. All right, I'm going to try to run another play action because I think I don't love that look from the defense, but I do love. Oh, Jamori Macklin is wide open. Jamori Macklin is wide open. Run, Jamori. Touchdown, Kentucky. There we go. Wide open. I mean, hey, who needs to be who needs good scheming, good game planning? Just air the ball out when he's wide open. All right, we're up 10-7. Doing pretty good right here. Jet touch pass. This, I feel like, can work really well, except we have Troy Stiletto running it, which he's not the slowest in the world, but he's not Kendrick Law. So, you know what? Never mind. Troy Stiletto, you run. All right, you do you. All right? This has not been Cutter's greatest game, but at the same time, winning means more than anything. I mean, Calzado has been winning, to be fair, but Cutter so far, I mean, at this moment in time is doing okay. I don't know what the defensive stats look like, but maybe Auburn's the best passing defense in the country. You just don't know. Kendrick Law, though, if that safety doesn't go back, he could have a field day if that safety did go back, so we don't want to do that. We're just going to throw this instead. All right, he caught it. I really thought he was at that first down. Can I challenge? I'm just going to challenge it anyway because what's losing a timeout at this point? But also, you all will know, I think I am a little short. I think you all will know, if you're here for the first 2 episodes, hashtag not sponsored, but To keep my sanity high, my vocal cords fresh. Just a little swig of Mountain Dew. Some of that liquid gold. All right. I don't love giving the ball back right here, but it'll take up time. There you go. Bring them down. It'll take up time, and hopefully they just don't score. Like that right there. That's exactly what I wanted. So I'm at a point now. We're going to try to choose some clock. There we go. We are going to try to run this thing out and escape Jordan-Hare with a win. Okay. First down, Seth McGowan running like a grown-ass man. That's what you love to see. All right, let me just go to my favorites. I was going to say, so let me just get some run plays, right? We're trying to wind down this clock as much as possible right now. Here we go. Seth McGowan again up the gut. Good block there by Troy Stiletto. I see you, youngin'. There we go. Trying to make Auburn burn some timeouts. A first down here would be really nice. Here we go. 2nd and 2. 2:27 left in the game. Here we go. Seth McGowan again being a workhorse for us. I really hope that's not a hold on Kentucky. I felt like it was. After getting those pancakes, Shiaz Pete, man, you've really disappointed me. I think it was the Texas game. Shiaz got those pancakes, and he's gotten a few penalties on him since those pancakes. He's gotten, his ego's getting to him. Okay, son, just block, stop holding. Okay, we're not here to dance. We're just here to play some football. So stop holding on to him. There we go. 3rd and inches. Auburn down to 1 timeout. If we get this first down, it doesn't seal the game, but I would say I feel pretty good about it. So with 3rd and inches, Cutter Boley, can you be the one to clinch this game essentially? All right, there we go. Now I can't kneel it out. There we go. So let's just run some power football. And, I think our next first down definitely does it. So let's try to play this smart, right? There we go. Take it down to the 2-minute warning. I don't think I'm in a spot to be able to kneel if I know my time right. So I'm actually not going to do that just yet. We're going to try to get this first down and then call the game. Keep running. 3rd and 1. That's fine. That's fine. We'll take our sweet, sweet time snapping this football. Love the feature where it runs down the play clock for you. That just makes life so much easier. All right, we get this yard. The ball game is ours. Here we go. There we go. That is all she wrote. Kentucky advances to 7-1 under Mark Stoops this season because I, Phoenix Stevens, am clearly the king of rebuilds, okay? 10 points in the 3rd quarter is all we needed to go down to Jordan-Hare Stadium, beat Auburn, and hey, we're looking really good. Are we pushing for a spot in the college football playoff in year 1? All I'm learning from this game, and yes, I'm aware it's a video game. Shut up. What I'm learning is Kentucky's clearly talented, right? Like realistically, this Kentucky team's probably instead of 7-1, in real life. I mean, in real life at this point, they might be, 3-5, 2-6, But when you look at the talent in this game comparative to like the rest of the SEC, this is like a 500 team, maybe a little bit better. But year 1, man, we're sitting at 7-1, number 19 in the country. Like I said, already did a little bit of the recruiting, so let's just go ahead and sim to next week and see what's in store. Okay, we lose a commit. That sucks. We're up to number 11 now. We're up to number 11. We are actually... Are we in the playoff? Okay, hold on. Let me upgrade the coach skills. I think it's maybe the first time I've been able to do that this series. So, this is interesting. Mark Stoops. First of all, how is Mark Stoops not a motivator archetype? Okay. Can we just sit here and say that? That's what this is, if you don't know. I know my face cam's blocking it. How is Mark Stoops not a motivator? Like, what are we doing? I'm going to go ahead and go to the recruiting tree. And as you can see, I can only put hours into defense because that is the way of Mark Stoops. Let's see. What can I even do? Okay. I don't love really any of these, but we will do that. Okay. So there we go. We have upgraded Mark Stoops as a coach. Excuse me. I do like what I'm working with. As you can see, Mark Stoops, A+ coach prestige. I don't know about that. And I really don't know if a scheme guru is what I would call Mark Stoops, but hey, I respect it. Bush Hamden, C-. Seems about accurate. And then Brad White, a B, seems about accurate as well. I just think it's funny they call Mark Stoops a scheme guru. I don't know if guru is quite the word I would use to describe old Monkey Mark. All right, so we've got 27 targets on board. I haven't offered all of them, obviously, because most of those are the 2 stars that I really don't want to recruit. I'm probably not going to. I'll probably just wait till the portal. So we lose this wide receiver commit. That sucks. This Meluzzi kid has been a pain in the butt literally the entire time. If you all have been following, he's been, I mean, one of our top targets, but at the same time, we're in and out for his deal breaker. I mean, if you look in the bottom right, well, it's covered up by the fight song, but we have a C+. I don't even remember what the deal playing style, and he needs a C+. So we are fringe. Hopefully we can secure a commit this week from him. I guess we'll have to see. I'm feeling good about that 3-star, obviously feeling good here for this 2-star, but then again, it's a 2-star. I wasn't really ever worried, for being honest. I'll just recruit him just because we already are, and we only have, I think we only have around a dozen commits in the class, so I'm not really worried. I'll go ahead just offer you, or what I'm saying is I'm not really worried about, these 2-stars, but at the same time, we got to offer kids. We can't really just have nobody on the team, so we're gonna go after a few 2-stars, but then for the most part, kind of just try to wait until we get to transfer portal season. Okay, Florida, much better roster than ours, but they also happen to be coached by Billy Napier. So they're not going to be good. Also, I do want to say, look at Florida's uniforms, y'all. Right? Are these not crisp? Like, I've always respected Florida's uniform game. Obviously, they have a cool logo. Everybody knows that. But you just look at Florida, and it's like, man. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, the all-white even looks good. I'll let them wear it. What's our uniforms? We got of course, my face cam's covering part of it. But I like that too. So let's go ahead and roll with this. Let's see. This is 2025. So the last time we played Florida at home, I guess, was the Ray Davis game, right? Because last year we were at Florida, lost 48-20. And now, for the first time since Ray Davis ran for 280 yards on him, remember we started 5-0 that year too. I thought, like with Devin Leary, I thought we were just going to be the greatest team ever, but that didn't quite pan out. So Florida's 4-4. No surprise, Billy Napier underachieving with that roster. Very realistic, I have to admit. Our offensive line just opened up a massive hole right there in the middle. All right, 2nd and 4, Kendrick Law. I kind of like all these routes. Then again, it's a slant route. Like it's, yeah, there we go. See, it's for the most part. I was going to say for the most part, it should work out, but I almost threw a pick. I actually do not remember if we have any visits this week. Can Dante Dowdell make a man miss? He sure can. There we go, Dante Dowdell. Keep them legs churning. First down, Kentucky. It's what I love to see. All right, I'm going to run this play action jet sweep. This should be really fun. So Troy Stiletto is actually going to go to the right. I guess am I going to roll to the left? It's kind of what it looks like. All right, this should be fun. Excuse me. Okay. I'm not rolling anywhere because Florida, their pass rush is just elite, apparently. I am going to run this fake toss slide, though. I do like this. Kendrick Law, that little comeback route, that should do us pretty good, actually. I thought they were going to sit in the zone and wait for him. Almost got scared, but Kendrick Law gets open, stiff arms the guy, and is tackled out of bounds at the 37-yard line. We're feeling good. Inside zone here for Kentucky. Again, I'm trying to establish the run game. I want Dante Dowdell to get his stats up. And if anything, for that running back we're going after, it'd be good for him to be like, oh, they like to run the ball. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to try to mix in some running too. All right. I love Kendrick Law's route right here because he kind of gets not stranded, but, well, I'm going to run that again. Normally, I don't suck like that. Normally, I can at least kind of get the ball out, but I guess that's not going to be the case this time around. Kendrick Law out of bounds. I kind of expected that. We can go for it. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. Yeah. 52 yards. I don't know who the kicker is. I wasn't even a bad kick. I mean, it wasn't a great kick, obviously, but he had the leg. I'm the worst kicker in the history of this game. You'll never hear me sit there and talk about, oh, it's a kicker. Your job's easy. You got one job. Man, I can barely kick in a video game, let alone real life. I think we can dart this to him. All right, and he caught it. There we go. Cutter Boley, 78 yards so far in the first quarter. You'll definitely take that. Halfback stretch. I don't know who will be in with the 2-minute timeout. Oh, they're challenging. And that was Jamari Macklin on the catch. I don't remember if that's who I said or not. Oh, I think he's out. I think that foot is actually out of bounds. I think Billy Napier made a good call here. He did. That is tragic. Billy Napier screwing us over, but it's okay because we have Dante Dowdell. And as you know, the only thing that can stop Dante Dowdell is me accidentally hitting square. So there we go. First down, Kentucky. Keep those chains moving. Billy Napier, shove that challenge flag right up the rear end. Here we go. Kentucky, first down on the Gators. I'm going to run this jet sweep. I know it's going to be with Stiletto. Oh, it's with Kendrick Law. All right, this is what I kind of wanted to see. So let's see how this goes. Now that I get to see it, I'm sure it'll work out horribly. It didn't. Worked out pretty well. 2nd and 1, we'll definitely take that. I'm going to favorite that play while I can. And when we come back in the second quarter, I notice our offense takes a while to kind of get going. But when we come back in the second quarter, again, look at that. Look at the plays. Actually, we're not dominating anything, really. We have a lot more passing yards. But regardless, my point being, I think we can do some work here with Kendrick Law on this play. So I'm going to go ahead and cue it back up. And hopefully it is Kendrick Law running it again from the slot. It's Jamari Macklin, so I guess I have to run it from that side if I want it to be him. I think Jamari Macklin can get us this yard, though. Never mind. Take it back. Florida's just sitting there camping, just waiting for it to happen. All right, we're going to run this empty stick play. Be a lot of options right here for us. I kind of like the tight end route, and I'm going to try to throw it, but Florida's pass rush does it again. I have no time to throw the football. Our offensive line craps the bed when it comes to pass blocking. You know, when it's run blocking, offensive line kind of does all right. But when it comes to pass blocking, this crew sucks. This crew just sucks. All right, here we go. Florida gets stopped again. Brad White, I could kiss you right smooth on your lips. That's what I'm asking for right there. Defense doing its job. And, of course, I'm the one playing on the offense, so clearly I'm not doing my job. But, damn it, I'm going to blame it on the offensive line because every time I try to pass the ball, I got 2 seconds to pass the ball. All right, here we go. Kendrick Law, first down, second quarter. Here we go. Run it. I'll take that. Never mind. They can't run block either. They can block if it's kind of between the tackles, but otherwise this team ain't got it. Maybe that's my problem. I just need better offensive linemen. See, look at Jagger. He just got a pancake, got up to the second level. 3rd and 1, big, one of our better gains. We challenging something? 2-minute warning. Okay. Whew. Got worked up just thinking about it. All right. Halfback draw. Feel pretty good again because this one's between the tackles. All right. I took a little too long to develop. I didn't really love that. That's not something I wanted to see. And some stuff like that, I didn't mean for that play to be super long developing. That's not really fun. Okay. Good punt. Good punt right here. Can we get downfield? There we go. Holding them at the 27. Defense. Brad White. Defense does its job. We've got 30 seconds to drive this ball down the field, make something happen from our own 8-yard line. Here we go. Jamori Macklin catches it, gets off. Nice start. Love to see that. Now, my big worry is that that clock is just going to keep ticking. Now, I have all 3 timeouts, so I'm going to try to use them, pretty smart. So let's just see how that goes. There you go. Make a man miss. There we go. Let's go ahead and call timeout there at midfield. Love to see that. 13 seconds left in the half. Still on our own side of the field, technically. Here we go. Backing up. Macklin, catch it again. Get that first down. Get that first down, buddy. There we go. Let's call another timeout. I know the clock stops on first downs, but we're at such a late point in the half. I think I'm going to try to get another gain and then settle for a field goal. Jamori Macklin cutting across the middle of the field, catches it, get down, there we go. And that's what I'm talking about. 2 seconds left in the first half. We are looking at a 49-yard field goal, which is certainly manageable. They got their defense set up. They don't believe in me at all, which I can't say I blame them because I just shanked it again. I have to get on here and actually learn the timing of the kicking so much because I'm the worst player in the history of the game, apparently. I can't kick the football. I can't score. I can't do nothing. All right, Jamori Macklin, thank you for at least giving me hope. Kicking the football in this game is insane. I mean, the stupid meter, I don't know if our kicker just sucks, and that's why the meter is so fast because I know it kind of goes off of that. But I mean, I feel like I'm just a human trash can trying to play this game. Ever since I started Cutter Boley, it all kind of went downhill. Look at him, number 8 over here in the back, just doing his own thing. We have 2 blitzing linebackers, which means this pass will be open, which means Jamori Macklin can make a man miss, which means I can smile for a couple of seconds while playing this game. Okay, here we go. Verticals wash check again. Why? Because it's working. And because we need to score. Troy Stiletto, I kind of like it. Kendrick Hall, like it more. Let's just wait. I don't think he got the spacing he needs. He did. Touchdown, Kentucky. Thank you, Kendrick Law. I just almost lost my damn sanity trying to play this game. We have tied up with Florida, and Florida just scored again. So forget everything I just said. I'm still upset. Kendrick Law, again, safety, please. Safety, safety, safety. Thank you. There is construction going on right outside of my apartment because it would not be a video on the KSR YouTube channel unless that were the case. Okay. Come on, man. I'm getting way too worked up. I'm starting to sweat. I can feel it, chat. I'm getting stressed. End of the third quarter. It's fine. I got this nice candle here, though. Shout out to Bath and Body Works because it's a nice candle. Shameless plug. Hashtag not sponsored. That's a good smelling candle. Almost burnt my nose off, but that's irrelevant. All right. Here we go. Florida, Kentucky. You're heading into the fourth quarter. I still cannot do anything offensively. If I could kick the football, well, we'd still be down. I think it'd be 14-13. But at least I wouldn't want to die. All right, come on. Catch that football. There you go. Who are you? 85. Brown? Who the hell's Brown? Anyway, we got a halfback toss right here. Dante Dowdell. I feel kind of good about this. So let's pitch it. Dowdell, here we go. Yeah, not the greatest blocking on that play. Kept his feet churning, which got us back to the line of scrimmage. Kind of feeling the curl combo. I don't know how loud the construction is for you all, but for me, it's like it's in my room. So I apologize if that is loud here on the stream. All right, Dowdell, make another man miss, or don't. That's okay. Don't make a man miss and get hurt. So thank you for being completely useless to me. That's absolutely wonderful, Dante Dowdell. Thank you so much. All right, 7 points. We need to score bad. I was gonna say we need to put the ball in the bucket, but this ain't basketball. So does taking a field goal really do anything at this point in the game? I mean, no, not really, right? It's 4th and 12. I mean, I guess if I kick the field goal and come back and score, I can have the lead. So let's pray I don't suck. There we go. All right. So 14-10, conservative Mark Stoops is getting to me. And they just kicked a field goal. So there we go. That's why you do that, because now we're only down by a touchdown again instead of being down what would have been before. It's a 2-score game before. So I guess that's why you do that. I kind of like this. Just catch it. There you go. We got PI. Am I saved by my horrible abilities? There we go. PI. Thank you so much, referee. That is a big fat. Except Kendrick Law, I believe, should be getting the handoff. That is right. All right, let's see how this goes. Come on, Kendrick. There you go. Run. First down. There we go. We'll take that. So we're nearing the 2-minute warning. Down by a touchdown. I imagine this is, my lineman just kind of got blown off his block there on the second level. But I don't know if y'all saw that, but in that same sense, though, that linebacker was engaged, so he couldn't tackle me, so I kind of got a free first down right there. All right, here we go. See, normally I would love to be in a spot where I'm kneeling out the football, but we are trying to go, with a game-tying drive. Kendrick Law, again, I love the position. I just want to see what that safety does. I still think he's got the speed on him, though. Kendrick Law, can you save me again? That's a touchdown. I don't see any of the graphic. I see strobe lights and spiking. There you go. That's a graphic. Touchdown, Kentucky. Can we tie this ball game? Here we go. All right, we have the ball. Ladies and gentlemen, can we come up clutch again? We got the ball back. 17-17. There are 68 seconds left in regulation. I'm going to try to run with all reliable here to try to get us in field goal range so we can win this game. We've already missed, I think, just a kick in this game. So we're in danger. At the same time, Cutter's played. He's balled out. 307 yards, 2 touchdowns. All right, Cutter, I see you. Verticals, wide check again. We haven't made it into Gator territory. Kendrick Law, can you be a hero? Can I rely on you again? I could. I don't want to do it, except I'm going to do it. What was that? I just sold the game. I just Cutter. What was that throw? My deceased great-grandfather could do better than that. Why did that football just go over my head by 15 yards? I wanted to seal the game because I felt confident enough in you, Cutter. I felt confident enough in your ability, Cutter. But you know what you did instead? You threw the ball right to the defense, right to 2 Gators. I said I didn't love the throw, but I did it anyway because I had faith in you, Cutter. and you sold me out. The scoreboard is messed up. I don't know why it says 23-14. We lost 20-17, if I remember right. Isn't that's a bug in this game? I don't know why it's doing that. Cutter, you just sold me. The good people of Big Blue Nation relied on you. They voted for you to start, even after Zach Calzada got us to 6-1. We're 7-2 because of you, Cutter. You failed me. Should I have thrown that football? No. But damn it, Cutter. It could have been a bit more accurate than that. So we lose 2017 because I wanted to ice the game, but instead Cutter was like, nah, I'm going to throw it past Kendrick and just go ahead and give Lord the ball back. I mean, we were just number 11. And now we're going to fall. I think we had kids on visits. So this is going to be a nightmare when I sim past this. I may cry. I may have to go to therapy. I may have to, All right, we got a 3-star commit, so that's good. I'm now fell back down to 19. Well, I'm in a recruiting battles for South Carolina. I'm not going to get this guy. I guess we'll try to sway him, which doesn't work. But we'll try regardless. Which one was it? I don't remember which one. There we go. Guys, I'm gutted right now. I mean, we were supposed to have that easy. Man, get out of here. We were supposed to have that. I'm just going to remove all these, actually. We were supposed to. I'm so disappointed in all of you. I really am. I mean, we were supposed to win that game. Now I'm just sad. So after I move these guys right here, we'll go take another look at the recruiting class, just to see where we stand after another week. We are down to 12, which is still good, and I'm not mad at that. All of our commits are at least 3 stars. We should get 3 2-star commits though, which is fine. We're playing FCS team this week. Just looking. This game's not even worth playing. We're gonna sim pass this week because I'll win 100-0, and that'll be that. So let's just go ahead and sim through this. Surely to God we don't lose this game. Correct. All right, we're 8-2, so we're up to number 12. I like how we just jumped 100,000 spots. I love that. Kendrick Law, SEC Offensive Player of the Week. So clearly everything just works better when I'm not playing, is what I'm seeing. 9 receptions, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. Love to see that. Vandy, 5-5, rivalry game. We are sitting at number 12. So we are fringe playoffs. After I go look, I'm actually, and there you go, that didn't work out. So I don't understand the point of the sway if it really just doesn't work. See, this sucks so bad because I'm just going to have to try to do that. What happened here? Did I not just get a commitment from this guy? What is going on right here? I could have sworn I just got a commitment from this guy or something. Why is it? Okay, I'll add him to the thing. I don't know why it's like that. That's concerning. Okay. Anyway, let's go play Vandy. Or actually, let's go look at the college football playoff bracket. Are we in? We're not in because of the mid-major rule or the group of 5 rule or whatever. So you look at this list. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 SEC teams in, if I can count, which is not certain. We got Oklahoma, South Carolina, Texas A&M, and Texas. So there's at least 4 SEC teams above us. Can look at conference standings. Here we are. We've lost 2 games in conference play. Okay, so we're currently tied for second in the SEC. Texas A&M, who we're tied with, is in the playoff. So that's interesting to note. But you look at some of the other teams in this conference, like Alabama's 6-4. Like what? We're in actually a pretty good spot here in the SEC. Anyway, let's go take down Diego Pavia, Vandy. Let's go do this thing. Just looking at it, this might be this should be not a rough one, but we got to be able to stop Diego, and more importantly, I got to be able to score the dang football. So here we go, down in Nashville, Tennessee, the stadium that looks a lot better on the video game than it does in real life. That's for sure. All right. All right, here we go. I've probably said that one phrase 800 times in this video. The here we go or there we go phrase. Regardless, it's a nice first play of the game from Dante Dowdell. Stadium pulse, it's high. By Vanderbilt standards, but nothing that should be rattling us too crazy. 2nd and 5. All right. Let's run a counter play right here. Just trying to establish ourselves on the ground, right? Kind of trying to, can we not run into Josh Caddis the entire time, please? Just trying to kind of make ourselves, trying to enforce our will, if you will, right? Dante Dowdell again, just gonna, he's a workhorse. Just gonna try to keep feeding him, and then eventually we're gonna try to hit him over the top. Pretty simple. Run, explosive pass. Run, explosive pass. You get the game plan. But Dante Dowdell right up the middle. That's another first down. His yards per carry are going to be looking sweet after this game. Probably take a look at the season stats kind of after this game. This will be our 11th game of the year. Our last game of the regular season will actually be Louisville. That'll probably be the last video. The last game of this video, that Louisville game. Just kind of thinking about it. May have to open up next year with a bowl game, right? That'll be fun to watch. Let's see here. 3rd and 2. I feel good about running the ball on this team. I just do. See, and that's why, because we have the better guys. Just in general. Doesn't really matter what's going on. We just got the better guys. It's Vandy, right? It's Vandy. We can say it's a video game. We can say it's Vandy, right? I guess if they stop us, that'll change things. There go Troy Stiletto. Run, turn those legs, touchdown. Kentucky, Cats up 7-0 pending the PAT, up 6-0. Now 7-0 on the Commodores. We hold them not even a field goal. So, we're doing pretty good so far. On their 48-yard line, great field position here to start this drive. Going to run that again because if it works, why not keep doing it? Run, Troy Stiletto. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. If I run this from the other side, if I run that touch pass from this side, who does it? Oh, Kendrick Law. Oh, this will be fun. Oh, this will be like Christmas. Here we go. Kendrick Law. It's just too fast. There we go. Down at the 16-yard line. That's a thing of beauty. It's a good way to just kind of pump up Cutter stats. Stadium pulse is down to nothing. That didn't take very long. Welcome to Vanderbilt. Dante Dowdell, keep running. Touchdown, Kentucky. Vanderbilt should be a team. All right, we're going to blow them out too. I wonder what the score of that last game was, the FCS one that we simmed past. I wonder if that's going to look like that. Ought to be a fun one to go back and look at. Obviously, Kendrick Law won Conference Player of the Week, so he did great. 2nd and 8, halfback draw. Again, feel good about the ground game with our two-headed monster, Seth McGowan, feeding him as well. Josh Braun. Oh, Jagger. Look, I've been there. Listen, I played offensive line too, bud. You get beat on a rep and you pull off the fake injury to be like, see, I didn't get beat. I was hurt. I've been there. Trust me, right? We've all been there. Here we go. 3rd and 6, excuse me. I'm going to try to find Stiletto. There we go. Troy Stiletto. My man. My freaking man. All right, slants again. Is the white boy going to have the all-time game? You know, you think this is a game for Kendrick Law? Nah. This is a game for Troy Stiletto. This is the Troy Stiletto show. Okay? We got this. Dante Dowdell, 2nd in inches, feel pretty good in this situation, obviously. Then again, I'm not going to feel bad about really any of these situations. Unless we get down against Vanderbilt, I'm not really going to feel bad about anything that we're doing right here. So let's go with this halfback screen. Dowdell, we can run him out. Don't click no stupid buttons to make him dive. There we go. Don't love the blocking there, but I do love Dowdell's speed to get out to the edge to the 19-yard line for the first down. That's what I'm talking about, Dante Dowdell. Again, let's just keep feeding the monster, right? I mean, Jagger, what are you doing? I just love watching Jagger Burton being like, sir, can you please block? Dowdell, little swing pass here. This ought to be interesting. And yeah, that was the word to use because that didn't really get us much of anything. Halfback draw usually does good for me on the 3rd and medium. We're going to do this again. Need to get back to the passing game a little bit more. I've been talking so much about the ground and pound that I've kind of slept on the passing game a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. Tell him with this curl flat tight end can usually get a touchdown right here. Kentucky fans, BBN, I'm about to do something special. Cutter Boley playing. We're not only going to throw the tight ends, we're going to score a touchdown with them. Here we go. He's on that little route. Just kidding. He's right there to pick it off. Okay. That's why we don't throw the tight ends, guys, because we do stupid shit like that. And that was almost a turnover. So we're going to go back to the ground game and just play it safe. Right, guys? Right, guys? Right, guys? Okay. I don't love either of these plays. This is going to be an interesting game. Or an interesting play call. Okay. Coach, give me something. What's Bush Handem cooking up there? Bush, these play calls suck. Dang it, Bush. Okay. I don't know what on earth we're doing with Josh Caddis right here. Is this like a little boot? Like, what am I even watching? Whoa! I didn't get no time. And I know that's the point of the play, but goodness, I thought I had more time than that. All right. Regardless, we're back up 2 scores. I was hoping for a touchdown right there, obviously. But, from 20 yards out, I can make that field goal, so we're doing good. 17-7. We're doing pretty okay. I'm not going to sit here and say that we're doing hot. I'm not going to sit here and say that, this has been an A-plus performance or anything. But at the same time, I'll definitely take it. So we got Macklin again, wide open, middle of the field, making a man miss down at the 41-yard line. Jet sweep from this side would mean, Kendrick Law. I'm going to try to get the ball out to our athletes, right? I talked about that in the first 2 episodes. I'm going to try to get the ball to our athletes, who apparently are not that fast because he just got caught on the edge like nothing ever happened. And now I'm going to try to make up for it. Jamari Macklin, I like your little route here. Never mind. I don't love the defense. Cutter to scramble. Don't get your head taken off. There we go. Okay, got to be mindful of the clock here. 35 seconds until the half. Would really love a touchdown. We'll take another field goal, obviously. Seth McGowan, come on, buddy. Just churn those legs. Another first down. Clock stops. I'm not going to burn another timeout just yet. Okay. I think we can do good with the speed option right here. Dante Dowdell. Here we go. Pitch it immediately. There we go. Now take off. Take off. Get to the end zone. Beat there. There we go. Touchdown, Kentucky. The speed option ever since that horrific play at Ole Miss, or actually at home against Ole Miss, speed option's been great. It's been everything you could ever ask for. So now we're up 24-7 on Vandy. That's what I'm talking about. This has been a heck of a start. We're 8-2, number 12 in the country. Mark Stoops literally just earned everything back. I mean, I earned it back for him, but that's, you know what I mean? Like that's beside the point. This is Mark's team. This Mark Stoops is motivated to get Kentucky to 12th in the country and 8-2. I think we can force this. Troy Stiletto does it again. My goodness. 5 catches for 81 yards. Troy Stiletto, are you the next member of the UK Athletics Hall of Fame? They just nominated Josh Hines Allen, excuse me. Are you come on. You keep putting up games like this, you might be next. Especially when we kind of look at the wide receiver history here at Kentucky. Ain't really a whole lot of it. All right, Y cross right here. I kind of like the McGowan route, but I don't at the same time. Stiletto I do like, so I think I may go to him. And that's what we're going to do. Just get out. There we go. Nice little 3rd and 4, 3rd and manageable. We're going to run this counter play to the middle of the field because I'm going to be a little conservative here, right? I am playing as Mark Stoops, so let's keep it like that. And yeah, I didn't get the first down. Let's just settle. 46-yard field goal, middle of the field. Now, I know what you're thinking. Phoenix, do you know who you are? We've watched you miss like 5 kicks this video. I didn't miss that one. Right? That was clean as a whistle. That's why we play conservative football, because it gets you on the board. All right? Suck it. Okay. Like this route here for the tight end, Kendrick Law. Love that route even more, especially if that safety doesn't drop back. And Kendrick got caught on him. I'm running that again. Kendrick Law got caught on that DB. This game is glitchy and stupid. We can air this out. No, we can't. The DB's back now. I do like this route to the tight end. There we go. Sweet. We're down to the 39-yard line. Cutter Boley. Not a heroic effort to say. But then again, we also haven't really needed that from him today. So that's been nice. Josh Braun, you better pull and block this linebacker like your life depends on it. Okay, we'll take a kick out block instead. Okay. We'll take a little kick out from you, I guess. Because I guess if he doesn't make that block, I'm getting tackled right there. 2nd and 4. Hand it off to Dowdell per usual. Bounce it to the outside. There we go. It's a first down, Kentucky. In enemy territory now. All right, feeling good about this dagger whip. I like Macklin's route a little bit. Stiletto's route's kind of useless. I mean, not really. I guess it gets us 5 yards, but I just, you know what, Stiletto, we're actually going to go to you because you might be able to cut up field. Oh, I was hoping he cut. He went out of bounds too quick. Jet sweep right here. Stiletto. Let's just feed the ball to him. Is this going to work out in my favor? Probably not, but I'm going to run it anyway. And when I said it wasn't going to work out in my favor, I guess I'm some kind of genius. I'm going to try to audible specifically. No, there you go. Let's hot route for Kendrick because he may be able to get wide open down here. And I think he's got a real good shot at a touchdown. Kendrick Law over the top touchdown. Kentucky. Kendrick Law does it again, using his speed to his advantage, getting us in the end zone. Kentucky, as the third quarter starts to expire, is up 34-7. Vandy cannot get the ball into the end zone, cannot kick it through the uprights. Kendrick Law, I know this is a screen, but Kendrick, can he do it again? No, because I can't get the ball out quick enough because I'm a moron. And we're going to do this again. No, we're not. Okay, that's fine. We'll run the screen. I'm getting too trigger happy. All right, let's just run the little screen. Nice blocking downfield by our guys. Very manageable 3rd and 5. At this point, I'm not even super concerned about getting it or anything like that. I'm kind of just trying to get out of here. I actually should switch to the well, now I'm gonna punt, but I guess next drive I should switch to chew clock. Okay. Vandy just gonna punt this ball away, take it from me. Let's just go ahead and get this game over with. You know, we came down here and we took care of business. I mean, this is what you do. I mean, that's fine. I mean, whatever. Chew clock, inside zone. Let's just get out of here to win. Right? Let's just 34-14. We took care of business down here in Nashville. We're gonna move to 9-2 on the year. Could get into the college football playoff. It's gonna be a bit tricky, admittedly. All right, Dante Dowdell, just take this. Let's just stat pad right now. All right, first down. Still not going to let me kneel. I think I could, but Vandy's got their timeouts. I don't care. One less play. It's kind of in the game here. They're going to stack it up, but I'm still going to do it anyway. There you go, Dante Dowdell. Just get some extra yards. There we go. Rub it in their faces. All right, 34-14 victory over Vanderbilt. 12th in the nation, 9-2. We just got our 50th series win. Look at those stats, man. Look at those stats. Hashtag not sponsored. It's just the best thing on the planet. Okay. It'd probably help if I did like that, like the Chris Fowler tea and honey for these videos, so my throat doesn't start to kill me after a while. You know, for an hour straight of talking. That's the thing. I'm trying to keep you all entertained. It's literally, we're at an hour and 6 minutes, an hour 7 minutes of literally me straight up talking, no shutting up. You know, it's not like I got a co-host to be like, hey, say something for me. You know, I'm doing this by myself. What do you mean commit to South Carolina? Is this the kid that? All right. That's the running back. Get out of here. We didn't want you anyway. Right. Okay. We're doing good. Who does this 3-star think he is? Talking about Ohio State. I think Ohio State's going to recruit a 3-star, bud. All right. Have fun. Okay. So we only have 15 kids in the class. All right. Last video, or I'm sorry. I made the same error again. Excuse me. Last game here against Louisville in the video. Now we're going to do, this is what, all right, Kentucky fans, Louisville fans, there is not a lot that we can agree on as people. One thing I hope we can all agree on, as soon as I can find it, when Kentucky plays Louisville, and I think we should do this in basketball too. That's kind of fire. Champions gold. My face cam's in the way, but I think the home option is, yeah. When Kentucky plays Louisville, the main thing that we should all be thinking about going to this game, and again, like I was saying, I know Kentucky and Louisville fans don't agree on everything. In fact, we don't really agree on anything. Like, just look how stupid and ugly the stadium is. But when Kentucky and Louisville play, I don't care what sport it is, it should always be, when it comes to the uniforms, red versus blue. Just look at that. Look at this. Right? Red versus blue. This is how it should be every single year. And this isn't just football. It's basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, whatever. Red versus blue when it's Kentucky versus Louisville. That's how it always should be. I don't care who you are. Red versus blue when it's Kentucky versus Louisville. All right. We're driving down the field. You know, I say that we only ran 2 plays in scrimmage. Dante Dowdell, we got to go look at his stats. I know I just said we were going to do that. Kind of slipped my mind. Louisville has good stadium pulse. As you can see, though, they're not ranked. Not surprisingly. I mean, L&N Stadium, like it's nice, but I don't know why that pass was floated like that. That was odd. 3rd and 7. We got to try to get this win, right? This is a big rivalry win if we can get it. Louisville, they mopped the floor with this last season, and they made Cutter look bad, right? Cutter did not look great against Louisville. We got to get our revenge, okay? Red versus blue, right? Like I was saying, Cutter gets his revenge in this game at their place. Come on, Cutter. Did he break my heart against Florida? Sure did. But this time around, I think he can help us, can we win 10 games? It's all remains to be seen. Cutter Boley, 2 minutes, 1 second left in the first quarter. Feeling pretty good right now. I want to run the ball. The coach suggestions are just trying to give me some options. I don't like what do you, Bush. We're not running no read option with Cutter. I don't want him to die. Okay, just give me a normal run play to work with Bush. I say that and I pick the speed option. That's because it works. There you go. That's a big boy hurdle right there. Actually, I'm going to set my controller down for 2 seconds. Take this headset off. Just so you all know, my room is 1,000 degrees. I'm going to flip on this AC real fast. So momentarily, let me click a play right here. And then we are going to get back in action in about 2 seconds. All right, chat, we're back. Here we go. 5 seconds left on the play clock. I knew what was coming. Snap that football. That's what I'm talking about. It's too hot. I'm wearing a hoodie, which I guess is my fault, but in the comfort of my own house, thought I was okay to do that. This is a live stream, you know what I mean? So there is no editing this stuff out. All right, I'm burning up. I'm turning on the AC because that's just how it is. We've got like a central AC, of course, but this one's weird in the fact that I also have like one little unit in my room as well. I was freezing earlier because it was blowing right on me. I had to turn it back on just now. Anyway, enough about AC. Let's get the ball to KL, Kendrick Law. That is what I wanted to do. That is what I was going to say. All right. Feel good down here, 7-yard line. Let's get the ball to Kendrick. Cut in. Dang it. All right, so heading to the end of the first quarter, we're still knotted 0-0. Kentucky, Louisville. Again, red versus blue. I'm going to keep stressing that because, look, just look at the stadium, right? Everyone's wearing their cardinal red. And I hate that ugly color, right? I'm wearing a KSR hoodie, but it's got blue on it. Like, blue is just undeniably the better color, but that is ugly cardinal red at its finest or at its worst, whatever you want to say. Just look at the stadium, right? That's why it's got to be red versus blue. Okay. Speaking of red versus blue, how about Cutter Boley? Take it in yourself, young man. Touchdown, Kentucky. Cutter Boley getting Kentucky on the board first in this series, in the battle of the Bluegrass. That's what I'm talking about, man. You gotta have guts, right? Like you gotta be willing to punch it in there yourself sometimes. We you look at that stadium pulse, we just shut them up. And for lack of better words, I was gonna say something, but I like my job, so we're not gonna say that. But Louisville gets me going. Okay, all right. Listen, we gotta try to keep it PG on here just a little bit. That was maybe the worst pass ever. That's okay. I was on the run. Yeah, Louisville, you just suck. Okay, I can do the L's down. I can do that much. Okay. Kendrick Law, here we go, baby. Giving the ball to you again. That did not work out this time. He just absolutely shedded our block. It's all right. Let's just kick the ball away. There we go. Good punt. Good punt. Get down there. All right, we'll take that. Up 7-0, Louisville driving down the field. They do not score. We are down at our own 11-yard line right now. This is kind of terrifying, if I do say so myself. All right. Let's just try to roll. I was hoping something would happen there. Nothing really happened on that play, which is fine. Just a tad bit concerning, I guess. Fred Ferrier, I do love what you're doing, though, if you can get open. Let's throw a strike to Fred Ferrier. How does he pick that off? Excuse me? Oh, no. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I mean, what are we doing, right? That was not that bad of a pass. And there's no way you should be able to bring that back to the house. I mean, that is something you see in this rivalry. I mean, I'll give him that, but my gosh. Just horrible stuff. Kendrick Law, wide open. Come on, buddy. Outrun him. And he dropped it. You can't make this. I'm not audible. He dropped the football. I don't know what else to say. I can't see because my own face cam. Yeah, spoiler alert, I can see my face cam. So, I don't love this play call. I mean, I'm the one who called it, but it's really just because of the defense. Cutter, come on, man. Run. Make up for yourself. There we go. First down, Kentucky. That's what you love to see. Let's go with the inside zone. Maybe the problem is I'm passing too much. Maybe I have not too much faith in Cutter, but maybe I'm just going away from what makes us good. You know what I mean? Make a man miss, Dante. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Jet inside zone. Love to see it. Troy Stiletto was running all over the field previously, so makes sense why we could run that, kind of fold him a little bit. All right. Let's just try to hit him over the top. Right? Little too okay. I guess a little too obvious because their defense is ready. So we're just going to convert to our slant here, and this should work out pretty well. All right, 3rd and inches. We'll take that. We'll take that any day of the week, right? 3rd and inches. What's wrong with 3rd and inches? Dante Dowdell. Let's just get it to the middle of the field. Let's try to get a first down more than anything, but there we go. 22 seconds left in the first half. I do have my eye on the clock. That much I can see. J Mack in the middle of the field feels pretty good, but so does almost just sold right there. All right, if someone's sitting in zone in the middle of the field, okay. Let's just take off with our legs, slide. It's a 1st and goal. I'm not going to stop the clock yet. Yeah, I am. I have 3 timeouts. What am I doing? I got 3 timeouts. What's my problem? Okay. Let's see what we can do. I do like this spacing play. Who is square? Kendrick Law. There's actually a lot of things we can do right here. Come on, Kendrick. Get open. No, don't slide down, Kendrick. That's what I get for holding that button. He was square. Tried to throw it to him, make sure he got it. That's fine. Excuse me. We'll take a 3-point lead heading into the half. Of course, we get the ball back, still up 3. If we can score right here, Doesn't really matter a whole lot. I didn't have time to throw the ball because, as you all just saw, as soon as it went back for me to throw the ball after the play action, somebody's in my face sacking me. Okay, here we go. Troy Stiletto, let's just air it out. If I could have thrown that like more on a straight line, maybe that would have worked out better. I don't know, though. Okay, Kendrick Law. I don't love any of these, actually. I'll tell you what, that's the beauty of this game is that I don't really love anything I'm doing. And Kendrick Law drops it. So 4th and 16. We got a punt. This sucks. Okay. We'll take, that's a good punt. Get down there, make him. Is he okay? I thought he was going to try to return it on us for a second. Okay. Louisville punches it down the field. Still cannot score. We can win this ball game. We have been in several tight, low-scoring games this season. What's another, right? Like, we can do this. We can do this. Okay, let's go with the wide zone. I feel good right here. I think we can beat him out to the edge. We can. Run, Dowdell. Run. There we go. We'll take that right there. 25-yard line. 9 rushes for 93 yards. Dante Dowdell eating him up. That's what I love to see. Let's get the ball to Kendrick Law on this jet sweep. Beat him to the outside. I think we did that once in this game. It didn't work, but we've done it before. It has worked. Okay, so we can't run that against Louisville. That's what I'm seeing. Our right tackle is getting sunned right now. Who's that, Wolfschlager out there? Yeah, like we're getting absolutely owned right now. Come on, man. I can't run anything. Okay. Let's go with reliable right here because we can get a man open, maybe get some yards, with Macklin in the middle, but at the same time, I was hoping maybe the defense would give us a better look. I don't think they have, so let's just try to get some yards for a field goal. Okay. We'll take it. 36-yard field goal from the left hash. Certainly not a gimme, especially when you think about who's playing this game. And that is going to sneak in for a Kentucky field goal. So we are up 13-7 on Louisville. Louisville drives. Still can't score. I feel so good. I think I'm going to start chewing the clock right now. Even if we're throwing the ball. I mean, I don't want to give Louisville the ball back. Just looking at the score, but at the same time, I'm not really concerned if they do get it because I don't think they can score on us. All right, let's go back to the coach suggestions. There we go. Let's just try to, let's pound the ball, right? Dowdell's done so good for us. I think, how many carries is he up to? 10 for 92. See, we got to get him, we got to at least get him over 100 yards running, right? So we have to get 8 yards. Let's just get a first down right here on this run. That's Seth McGowan, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe the chew clock wasn't the smartest thing I've ever done. Especially if I put myself in that pickle. Let's hope Brown gets open. He's not really. So this is slightly concerning. Force feed it to him. He brought it down. Kendrick Law, what a catch. Oh, my goodness. I did not think he was going to hold on to that football. All right. This is Dante Dowdell. Let's get a first down. Let's win this game. Get him over 100 yards carrying. Come on, Dowdell. Run. Okay, there we go. Right at 100 yards. So let's not lose any yards now with him. All right, we're going to run duo. Feel pretty good. Dowdell is in. So we can try to clutch this with him, add to his rushing stats. There we go. 1st and 10. Feeling really, really good right now. And I think that's ball game. We let this go to the 2-minute warning. I'm 99% certain. There we go. We can just kneel it out. So, in the red versus blue battle, in the battle of, Kentucky, Louisville, we've owned Louisville. Was it 6 of the last 7, 5 of the last 6, whatever it was. Last year, Louisville craps on Kentucky. Cutter starts that game, doesn't look very good at all. here in the Battle of the Bluegrass in Louisville. Kentucky gets the job done, beats the Cardinals, and again, another close score, low score game, 13-7 on the Louisville Cardinals. And just like that, Kentucky 10-2 on the year. 10-2 in year one of the regular season. 10-2, 21 series wins, the Governor's Cup. Bring it back to the, what is that? Not the Joe Kraft Center. That's where the men's team practices. Bring it back to, what do we call that? Nutter Fieldhouse. Nutter Fieldhouse. You just get that, and it's going to sit right there, right in the middle of that facility. Kentucky football, 10-2 first regular season. I mean, that's definitely not bad, but I'd say it's actually pretty damn good. So Kentucky beats Louisville. We finished the year 10-2 and 6-2 in the SEC. I will take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. All right, Mark Stoops leveling up. We beat Louisville. So this is year one. Just look at the team schedule. Our first loss, Ole Miss. Number 13, Ole Miss at that. And then you keep scrolling. We upset South Carolina. We upset Texas. We shut out Tennessee. Beat Auburn. We lose to Florida because throw the interception late. We beat FCS Southeast 62-6. That's what I love to see. You beat Vanderbilt. You handle business. And then to close out the regular season, you go on the road against Louisville, everything I just said, and you get that win. Kentucky 10-2. That's what I'm talking about. Just skip past the recruiting part this week. Let's go ahead to next week. Let's see if we get a bowl game matchup. Let's see if it tells us that now. That'll be the last thing we do before we get off. We'll look and see what our bowl game looks like. More than anything, let's actually see. I think this is the time when Mark Stoops could get some job offers in this game. We're number 7. Are we in the college football playoff? Are we in the college football playoff? We are. We are. Kentucky football is in the CFP. Now, we play Ole Miss, who we lost to. That's one of our 2 losses, so that's not great in the first round. But ladies and gentlemen, 10-2 Kentucky. We're in. We are absolutely in. All right. Heisman watch. Let's just go ahead and see what that looks like. John Mateer going to win the Heisman. Not very surprising there. Let's see. We have conference standings. How do we look right there? We are tied for second kind of across the board. Of course, Oklahoma outright winners of the SEC regular season. We beat Texas. We didn't play A&M and Alabama, so I don't know how it'll weigh us. I guess it'd go by overall record. I don't know. We didn't play A&M, so I don't know what that looks like right here. If us or A&M goes to the SEC title game, I guess we'll have to see. I don't know what all of the sort of, what do you call it? Not parameters, but how do I look at the stats? There we go. I don't know what all goes into that. So, just looking at the regular season, Zach Calzada started in 7 games. Cutter Bully started in the last 5. Cutter threw more touchdowns and less interceptions. That's interesting. Exact same completion percentage, almost as many yards. I mean, they look pretty neck and neck, honestly. It's just Cutter has a better touchdown to interception ratio, better touchdown percentage. So I think you all were right. I think Cutter's the guy. Each lost 1 game. You know what, starting quarterback. Cutter's yards per game a lot better. And I think maybe to be fair towards Zach, I think he ran the ball a lot more with him. All right, we have rushing. Dante Dowdell, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns on the year. Seth McGowan, only 321 yards. That's a bit surprising. Zach Calzada, maybe even more surprising, our third leading rusher at the 123 yards. But Dowdell, I mean, just absolute workhorse. Makes sense why he's an 83 overall. No fumbles on the year. Just absolutely good stuff. 393 yards after the carry. If you just take in his yards after yards after contact, excuse me, he would be leading over Seth McGowan still. So Dante Dowdell, absolute great stuff from him this season. Keep looking. I think it's about time for us to, we'll take a quick gander at recruiting. I don't think there's a whole lot for us to do. But other than that, it's time to see who Kentucky plays in the bowl game. Okay, we're no longer in the top 12, so we have fallen down to number 17. Still take that. Nationally recruiting class. All right, let's skip. I think we can find out, A, who Kentucky plays in the bowl game, but B, who's offering Coach Stoops after this season, right? After people were like, this man's going to go and retire, there's going to be some big names calling for him. All right, managed staff. Did anyone leave? No, they're still here. Do I fire Bush Hamden? I know I was 10-2 with him. What's his talent tree? Can I look at that? Yeah, see, that was Coach Stoops, but go back. See, his talent tree sucks. Brad White, that's a unique one. I like that. Bush, listen, if this is real life, I'm cutting the axe, brother. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Bush. Brad White, you're staying on, brother. All right. We're going to sim, which means next week I should also be able to start hiring staff, I believe. And if not this week, maybe it's the following week. It's hard to remember. Get a 2-star commit. Not surprised right there. We'll take it, though. Welcome to the squad. Moved up number 1 and number 6. John Mateer wins the Heisman. No surprise right there. We play USC in the college football playoff. 10-3 USC. They lost in their conference title game, it looks like. Okay, hire staff. This will be fun. Who can I hire at offensive coordinator? Bryant Vincent, Tony Elliott, Jason Candle. That's a Sam Pittman. Is Sam Pittman known as an offensive coach? I mean, is he really even known as anything? Ryan Silverfield. Can I offer Sam Pittman? What's his talent tree like? What is that? Talent developer? Okay. You know what, Sam? All these schools trying to offer you, Mississippi State, whoever. Sam Pittman, I know it didn't work out at Arkansas, but you can come coach for me anytime at Kentucky, all right? Offer pending. We'll have to see if he accepts that. This would be hilarious if it works out. All right, job offers. Who is offering Coach Stoops? So Arkansas, Michigan, in real life, he's gone. Coach Stoops is gone. Sark, Danny Landing, and then Mark Stoops is who they're going to go after. Nebraska and Wisconsin. Funny, Wisconsin's on here because I actually did a dynasty in another. I was playing with a different team, and Mark Stoops actually went to Wisconsin. So that's what it looks like after year one. If Mark Stoops goes 10-2 this year, in real life, just assume these schools come calling because obviously this equates to real life too. Regardless, we just finished the year 10-2, 6-2 in the SEC. Didn't get to play in the SEC title game. That sucks. Thought we might. It was hard to figure out the standings there. But regardless, ladies, excuse me. I'm trying to get taken out right here. College football top 25 is not quite what I was looking for. I think I clicked on the wrong one. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Kentucky in year 1 of the rebuild. Year 1. We're in the CFP. We take on Lincoln Riley and USC as we try to compete for that national championship. Is it going to happen this year? I doubt it. Just kind of looking. Texas Tech 13-0. That's interesting. Michigan 8-4. Guys, Ole Miss, who beat us, is in here. Of course, Texas, who we narrowly beat, is in here. We didn't play Oklahoma, but they are a juggernaut. All these teams, juggernauts. But Kentucky, number 6 in the country. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen. And just like that, your Cats are in the college football playoff in year 1 of KSR's rebuild of the Kentucky football program. He's behind my face cam, but Mark Stoops, you were on the hot seat. All of a sudden, you're just a hot commodity. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been really fun. My voice kind of gives out. I got burning up. I had to turn on the AC there. Drinking, hashtag not sponsored Mountain Dew. Literally everything that could be going on is going on in this stream. But Cutter Boley, moving him to starting quarterback, worked out. Worked out really, really well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to the KSR YouTube channel. Shout out again to our guy, Steven, does tremendous work on here. Sources say KSR Football Pod, 11 Personnel, Pigskin Preview. I mean, my podcast, the Memorial Memo, right? Shout out women's basketball. Like, everything you could want here on the KSR YouTube channel. Great features, interviews, everything. And now, gaming content too. So please subscribe. It would mean a lot to us as we, try to keep building on this platform. You subscribe, more content like this can come out, for better and for worse, right? Because sometimes this stuff, I just shank field goals and we suck. But regardless, 10-2 and USC, you're next. We will see you next time. Thank you all so much for tuning in.